So this month, being that it is U-shape, we decided that because Will here is a Deputy County Youth Commissioner.
That is correct.
There are tons of youth commissioners or youth people around the world, so we asked them for one simple tip. What is their top tip for being U-shape? And here are their responses. Yeah.
My youth-shape scouting top tip is be different. When doing forums for your group, never do the same thing twice. Always do different things, keep everyone interested and generate new ideas.
Just because someone might not be brilliant in one role, don't dismiss them. They may be excellent in another completely different role. Scouting's made up of many different people doing many different things. Don't waste people's talent.
My top tip is to be prepared for the weird and wacky ideas. These can help make your programme more exciting and encourage more young people into your group.
My top U-shaped tip is that little local actions make a big difference. Start from the bottom when it comes to U-shape.
My top tip for U-shape month is let the young people be creative. Find out what wonderful ideas they can offer us.
My top tip for U-shape this month is let your young leaders lead. If they've got the right tools, the right training, then they're really capable and they've got a lot of great ideas and they are the leaders of the future, so let them have a bit of practice.
And my top tip would be that you have to empower and inspire others to believe they can do what they want to do, from the smallest Beaver Scout to the most experienced Scouter.
My top tip for being U-shaped is to listen to what the young people have to say and then involve them in the process of developing their ideas.
For U-Shape 2017, we really want to endorse the U-Shape pledge.
There are 3 levels of this pledge: bronze, silver and gold.
For more information, head to the Scout Association website under the U-Shape section.
My top tip for U-Shape is that not every single role is concrete, and don't let the fact that someone hasn't done it before stop you from being creative.
My top tip for youth-shaped scouting is always listen to every idea. We might not be able to climb Everest in the Cub Scouts, but we can definitely teach some skills to get them there in the future.
Invite young people to join committees for their skill sets and not their age. One of their skills might be that they know a bit more about young people, but that's not their only attribute, and thus they shouldn't just be treated as the young person, but as an equal and valuable member of that team.
My top tip for U-Shape is listen to and act on the information you get from your young people in your section forums. If you're struggling to think of ideas of how to run a section forum, the Activity Inspiration Pack is a great place to start.
My top tip for U-Shape month is to run a peer leadership camp. Run a camp for sixers and seconders, PLs and APLs, and have it planned and run completely by your young leaders. It's super quick and easy to do. Everybody has a really great time. All the young people have somebody that they can look up to and aspire to, and it really helps to improve links between sections when moving on.
So it's just to remember, and that everyone around you remembers, that no idea is too big or too small, and that you shouldn't be, and no one around you should be afraid to let their voice be heard. And you should always look at the potential for that idea and not just focus on the obstacles. Look at how you can possibly make their idea happen, not just all the reasons it can't happen.
Now my top tip for being U-shape is to make it different and make it engaging. For instance, have you thought about running a forum in a tent or under a parachute at the end of the game? Something that's really, really different is going to stick in our young people's minds and make it really exciting and make them engaged to want to do it again and again.
So my top tip for U-Shape month would be to do it throughout the year to make sure it's really embedded into your programme.
Mine is especially for younger sections. I feel like it's a good idea. Give them some games, something physically tiring at the start of the session, just to tire them out a little bit. I think they'll be ready for some good, healthy, youth-shaped discussion after that.
My top tip is that U-shaped scouting isn't just about youth forums. They are a method, not the only way.
My U-shaped top tip would be to plan events for young people and leaders to take part in and make sure they're really engaging, and hopefully we'll have a good response to them.
My top tip for youth-shaped activities is to make sure you get on the young people's level. So crouch down, be eye to eye with them. It can make you much less scary to particularly the younger sections.
And my U-shaped tip is, what may have not worked before, may work again with a different group of people.
And my U-shaped tip is let the young people be in the process of developing ideas.
My U-shaped top tip is to share everything that you can on social media.
You'll really promote the face of scouting, give other people plenty of ideas, and you'll look like an absolute boss.
Sometimes it's the old folk in youth-shaped scouting that are more important. They have to be willing to take a step back and let the youngsters take charge. So try baby steps, one thing at each term.
My top tip for youth-shaped scouting would be to ensure that you feed back to your young people about what decisions they have made.
1. We can become ambassadors. All ambassadors get to scarf, but important people, except theirs is white. So I've scarfed up people like the Federal Opposition Bill Shorten and some other lucky people. We can be involved by investigating new people. So I investigated my cousin on the tall ship. That was really fun. Now we can be involved as at the ARAP. We do speeches. It makes it interesting and fun for the whole family.
My top tip for Youth Shape Month is to make sure you've raised the profile of Youth Shape Scouting in some way. Whether it's to make sure that the sections and groups that you work with have achieved the Bronze Youth Shape Pledge, or that you have networked between different counties and districts or even regions by sharing ideas and resources. We are a scouting family, and one of our aims is to build a successful and working partnership between young people and adults.
My top tip for Youth Shape Month is to never underestimate the power of our patrol leader system. Given the right opportunity and support, our patrol leaders can do amazing things, and they really are the leaders of tomorrow. So take the time to develop them and support them, and you'll have a brilliant Youth Shape Month.
Hashtag YouShape.